Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Retro, and we've been to a retro gaming market.
Yes, that's the second ever Bristol Gaming Market in Bristol, and we've got some pickups to show you and also some rare things that we've seen there. So, who's going to go first with a pickup?
You can go first because you've got something pretty interesting.
Well, yeah, actually I've got this, which is Spirit of the Stones for the Commodore 64. I was at the market looking for Commodore 64 games, and it's surprising actually. I went to most stores and said, "We've got any?" And they all said, "Got a big tub at home, but I haven't brought them with me." But did actually find this, and interestingly, this has recently been a video that the Retro Man Cave did, didn't it? And it was an interesting video all about this, and we'll put a link to his video in the
definitely check that
description, because it's definitely worth checking out. He'll describe what this
British
is.
ET.
Yeah, he'll describe this a lot better than what I will. But basically, this comes with.
Let's have a look at the front. There's a big crest on here.
Yeah, the Commodore were giving them themselves.
The Queen. Yeah.
The Commodore 64 Gold Seal of Approval.
Oh look, yeah, there you go.
Like Nintendo. But this actually, first of all, there was a book, the Spirit of the Stones book, and this got lots of clues to where some items of treasure are sort of hidden on the Isle of Wight, and just supposed to have gone through it, find out the clues, and work them out, and then go and dig up the treasure or tell the people where the treasure was. And Commodore, for some reason, decided that they were going to make a game about this book, and then they published the rights, or bought the rights to the book, so they could do this sort of kit where you got the book and the game together.
First edition, extra hidden clue.
Yeah, it's by the book's by John Worsley.
It smells old.
It does smell old, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's also a software guide and book. This says the software guide and book of clues to real diamond treasures buried within a supernatural mystery by John Worsley. So there's that in there as well, and then also in there you've obviously got a cassette with the game. It looks like there's like a cassette missing, but I've seen it on eBay before, and it does seem to be just the one cassette. It's just, this was like a sort of general
like an insert they put in loads, yeah.
And if you had the disc version, I think the disc slotted in somewhere down there. So yeah, after seeing like the Retro Man Cave's video, I was sort of interested to see this, and I like to have things in my collection that have got a bit of story related to them. And basically the main story goes that Commodore made these sets and they sold a load of them, but they had a load of them left, and then when they were going to make a move, they had to get rid of loads of them.
So what did they do?
So MD at the time, David Pleasance, was told he had to get rid of everything that was there, and these boxes of these. There's hundreds of them. He had to get rid of, thousands of them actually. He had to get rid of. So he had someone that he knew that could possibly buy them off of him, and they were offering him £2 a unit. And for some reason they had to like get this with the Isle of Wight tourist board, because this obviously was where the talisman were hidden.
And this book's published by a company in the Isle of Wight.
Yeah. So yeah, and they wanted. He said, "I've got someone's offering. I've got to get rid of all these sets. Someone's offering me £2 for them. I'll give you £1. I'll have £1." And they said, "No, we want £5." And he said, "Well, there's no way I'm going to get £5 for each of these units." So they decided. He said, "Well, take it or leave it. Basically, it's either you get £1 or you get nothing." And they said, "Well, I'll have nothing." He said, "Well, you want to take that risk?" And I don't think they thought he'd go through with it, but apparently he decided to. Atari style, get a great big JCB, dig a big hole. He had some lawyers involved as well apparently, and he buried thousands of these somewhere in the UK where they still are today, and he's not telling anyone where they are, or he's not going to he says he's going to take it to his grave. So
check your back gardens.
Yeah, this was on the stall. There was a man by called Mark, wasn't it, who does a lot of recapping and stuff. Apparently he was telling us. And
Bristol.
Yeah, so I've seen it there on his stall, and like I say, I knew the story of it because I'd recently seen the Retro Man Caves video, and I said to him how much is it going to be. I thought he was going to say something like about 20 quid, 25 quid, and then he turned around and said, "Well, it's a tenner." So I thought, bargain, so I'll go for it. Yeah, someone's already filled
Have you seen this? So this is when you worked out the clues and solved the puzzles, you filled this in and posted it off, and it's got
someone's name from Bristol.
Anthony Wines, age 15, from Down Road, Portishead, Bristol. BS20. Where did you buy your copy of Spirit and the Stones from?
Has he put where he bought it from?
He has. He's put W.H. Smith.
Oh.
We missed
I remember when they used to sell games, yeah.
Yeah.
They used to sell games anymore.
Now it's the post office.
But yeah, so anyway, this was a tenner. And I thought for a tenner I'm going to pick this up all day long. Seen it going for cassette only on eBay for about 7-8 quid, and the disc version, I've seen a complete disc version going for up to 100 quid. I know disc versions of games are a lot more expensive than the cassette ones, but so anyway, it's only worth what someone's willing to pay for it at the end of the day, isn't it? But for a tenner, I thought I'm going to pick that up all day long. It's going to be a nice, interesting addition to the collection. Right, so my second pickup, this is from a fellow YouTuber. This is from Dana, known on YouTube as Danester83. He's always at these events with a stall. He's always willing to help you out with a deal. He's always got loads of stuff for sale. Yeah, great guy, really friendly. And I managed to pick up from him another Commodore 64 game, Shadow of the Beast. Now this isn't just any old version, it's the cartridge version. And he did me a really good price on this. I've seen this going on eBay for £40 boxed, and he did it this one. He had 20 quid on it. Always good to do a deal for a fellow YouTuber. He gave it to me for 15, so a right bargain.
Brilliant.
The only thing that's wrong with it is the box is a little bit broken at the bottom. As you can see, it pops out. Often happens with boxes of this age. But the actual inside, you've got the ocean bag. With the cartridge inside, and get it open. So there's the cartridge. It's got Shadow of the Beast and Shadow of the Beast 2, really two great games that I really enjoyed playing back in the day. Hard as nails, but remember playing Shadow of the Beast 2 more on the Amiga. But I don't know about you, yeah?
I've got a t-shirt.
Yeah. And then
obviously you wear it.
Got the instructions as well. So. Really nice pickup for 15 quid to add to the Commodore 64 collection. And that's it, I've seen this going for 40 quid all day long on eBay, so 15 quid, real bargain. Thanks for that, Dana.
Okay, now it's my turn to show you what I picked up. And I was rooting through every bargain bin I could get my hands on, because you know how cheap I am. And first up, we've got a NES loose cart that I needed. And it's a pinball game called High Speed by Trade West. It's a PAL A game.
Can't say I've ever heard of that.
No, I've not played it. It was 3 quid, so why not? Label's pretty good condition considering how old it is. A little wear at the top, but I've not played it, but I will. And I've given it a clean. and it's ready to rock. That's the first one. And then in a bargain bin, I think in a different bargain bin, the next one was another NES game, and this one is totally rad.
Another game I've not heard of.
That's it. It looks totally mad. It's got some kind of gremlin thing peering over like a very 90s wall. The graphics on the label is totally 90s. And yeah, a bit of label damage unfortunately, but never mind. This has all been cleaned with the old alcohol, so it's ready to go. Probably crap, but never played it. So totally rad. Came home with me. This was £4. Why it was dearer, I don't know, but anyway, £4. Next up, sticking with Nintendo, I've always wanted one of these, and it is an action replay.
Ah, wow. So what was that for?
This is for the Super Nintendo. So everyone knows what this is. They came out the Amiga, every console going. There was a big lawsuit with Nintendo trying to stop them and blah de blah. Used to be able to do some cool tricks on the Amiga one, freeze the memory and then look at machine code and stuff like that and create hacks and pokes and stuff. So yeah, so this, everyone knows what this is, but yeah, this plugs into the Super Nintendo and you stick your normal cartridge in at the top. There's a toggle switch for on and off. And what you could do, you have this little, and it's got the code book. You get this little code book. Well, get an instruction book that tells you how to use it. And it's pretty simple. You plug it into your console, your SNES, turn it on and you get a menu. You can either just start the game as it is, or you can enter codes. You've got this little code book with it, and there's probably millions more codes online, but some flash carts that I think the Everdrive might have action replay codes in, or in America, for our American viewers, they call it Game Shark. Anyway, so you pick your game that you've got. Let's pick, here we go. Super Mario Brothers is on page 1, and it gives you a code. So it's like a numbers and letters code, and you put it in, and you can get infinite lives with Mario, infinite lives with Luigi, 99 coins every time you flip the switch on the actual device itself, infinite cape. There's cheats for Ultraman, Joe and Mac, Super Ghosts and Ghouls. I mean, that's got to be essential for that game. Infinite lives, protection against most. I guess it means most enemies, but
I remember seeing the adverts for these, but I never actually bought one. I can't remember whether they were just too expensive or whether I just in the end never bothered. But
I mean, sometimes I think when they first came out, they were kind of a little bit cheaper than a game, but most people would just obviously probably pick a game over this. But so yeah, action replay, cool little add-on peripheral, very good condition. It's been well looked after, so that's good. Become invincible, it says on the front. Wouldn't we all like to do that? Anyway, next up, we are changing to there is more. We're changing to the rival of Nintendo. Can you guess who that might be? It's a Sega
and a box
Mega Drive controller. This is the ASCIIware controller, and I didn't have one of these boxed, and I bought this. This was £22.
£22.
So I thought it was a bargain, yeah. And it was from Retro Gear Store. He was there, and I think he's got a channel as well.
Does he?
I think so. I'll have to have a look. So yeah, let's get this out. Show you this bad boy. The box is pretty good.
Yeah, it's
pretty
good
condition in the standard Mega Drive get up. Oh, it's got an elastic band on here. That's it. Now this, the Mega Stick for ASCIIware, it's got a solid base, some steel base. All the little stickers are there. This is number 45,134 for any collectors out there that are taking down numbers, but not that they will be. Right, the cool features about this is you've got little dials that can change the auto fire, turbo speed, on and off, and the little lights flash when you push on the controller buttons, and you've got slow motion, which generally on some controllers it just push start very, very quickly, which used to be the pause, obviously, or still is the pause, and then it would just pause very quickly. But it might do something else. I might just be talking out of my bum. But yeah, nice little stick. Haven't tested it. Hopefully it works fine.
The slogan is "We bring the arcade experience home."
Yeah, and I did bring the arcade home with this. It's a great little stick. Really good condition. Great for those fighters. Well, anything really on the, or if you like Olympic gold and stuff like that, and button bashers. It's good fun. But yeah, it's great nick. It's really clean. So usually you get the crud, don't you, in the buttons from numerous people's fingers. That you, if you're like me, you get the cleaning stuff out and give it a good clean. But yeah, it's really good nick, and can't wait to try it out. I'm sure it works fine. There is a top tip here, right? Top tip: anyone that's got an EverDrive, you can generally get a game, or we call it a game. You can get a ROM that will let you test controllers out. There'll be a controller tester. So that's really handy. If you've got a stack of controllers you want to test, and you've got an EverDrive, or you can borrow an EverDrive off someone, you can whiz through and test through your controllers, and you'll soon find out if there's one with a dodgy button. I had that with a few Mega Drive pads. But yeah, top tips. Leave a comment if that really helps you. There we go, look.
So that's it then, is it? That's it for the pickups?
Not a massive amount.
No, but
it was great day, great show, great people. This time, to be different, we decided to ask some of the vendors there what their rarest and most expensive sought after items they had were. And they were very keen to show us those items, probably because they thought we were going to buy them, but we just wanted to take photos of them.
Yeah, so we could show them to you. And I think the first thing was a modded Dreamcast, wasn't it? There was some modded Dreamcasts there for sale. And I've seen this mod done, a few people doing it on YouTube. And I think if I'm right, they take out like the disc drive part, and then they add in like an SD card reader.
That's it, whole replacement for the whole drive.
Yeah, so where you normally put your disc, you find like an SD card reader, and you stick your SD card in, and then you'd be able to play like all your games.
It looks like a really easy mod as well.
Yeah, I've seen someone doing it. I think there was some technical sort of bit of soldering or whatever, I think.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, I think so. Unless I'm wrong. Can't remember. But it was a little while ago I've seen that. But yeah, so yeah, that's the first thing that we've seen. That was something you don't see every day sort of thing, isn't it? It's not particularly, I suppose, overly rare, but something you don't see every day.
Because the drives die out, unfortunately. They're not great, are they?
No.
And especially if you play your backups, that kills the drives and kills the laser. So this is a brilliant solution. You just swap it over, or get it swapped, or buy one modded, and you can play whatever games you want off the SD.
Yeah, so something else we've seen there was a Commodore Calculator.
Yes. No, not every day can you say you've seen one of these.
No, I mean you see them occasionally on, maybe if you went and searched on eBay you would see some sort of thing, but I can't remember the last time I've seen the Commodore Calculator sort of out in the wild, let alone you wouldn't even expect to really see one at a gaming market, would you? It's something that's sort of very odd to see. I don't think it had any batteries in it, did it? So
no,
it wasn't...
we had a nose at it, and I was really tempted, and probably I wish I'd bought it now, if I'm honest.
Yeah, there's only a tenner I think he had on it, didn't he? I think so. You were
crazy
really tempted
to not buy that, but yeah, it had. So it's all the old. I can't remember the name of the display. It's like a red display.
Oh yeah.
For anyone that's got the tabletop games, they know. Is it fluorescent something? I don't know the name of it, but you know, the old style display that used to get on clock radios and calculators. It was funny, that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was a nice bit of kit. Had the instructions, nice box. So long before the Amiga, there was a calculator.
Yeah, so again, something you don't see every day. Like I say, don't expect to see it at a gaming market. There's also the guy Mark that I bought the Spirit of the Stones for the Commodore 64. He had. So as we said, he recaps and does consoles up, and he had a ZX Spectrum 128 there. That was I think how many you wanted, about 300 quid for it, I think. But he said it's one of the rarer ones, one of the last models before Amstrad took over.
That's what he said before Alan Sugar got his
mitts on it and buggered it all up and didn't do such a good job of it. But yeah, so he had that. And he said it was quite a rare one, and he modded it and he brought it up to a really good spec and condition, but he wanted about 300 quid for it, which I don't think anyone on the day was really prepared to pay for it.
A lot of cash, but if you're, if you're after that top item, then you're going to pay that.
Yeah.
But I know you're not going to get on The Apprentice now. Now you just slagged off Alan Sugar. Hi, Alan.
I think I'm
Sir Alan. Sorry.
A bit old for that, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we're going to get a phone call to come through to the boardroom in a minute. For a bollocking.
Yeah. So there was also a Donkey Kong Jr. tabletop game. You do see those about, I suppose. They're not particularly that rare, but they're quite pricey, aren't they?
Yeah, it was great, Nick.
It was in very good condition, yeah. And so again, occasionally see them at a gaming market, but that was something that, I can't remember which store that was on, but we asked them what the rarest item they had, and that was probably it. Yeah. That was it. So there was also something that was we'd never seen before. Basically, this was a controller, wasn't it? That we'd never seen before.
Yeah.
Don't know whether it's rare. I think they probably do pop up on eBay like most things, but we'd never come across it before, had we?
No.
I think it was called an Energizer controller.
That's it.
For the SNES, and
you can get them for the Mega Drive, apparently.
Right. But this one was for the SNES, wasn't it? And it had lots of programmable buttons and sort of auto fires and stuff like that on it.
It's a very strange shape.
Yeah, and we spotted. I said to you, "What's this for?" We were just looking at it when we thought it must be for the SNES because of the buttons that were on it. But we'd actually never seen one or come across one before, so that was a bit of a strange thing to see. We just, we've seen most controllers, most things, and hadn't seen that. You guys might say you see them every day, but first time I'd ever actually seen one.
They could be good.
Yeah.
It looks difficult to play with, but...
Yeah. And then there was something that we sort of seen ourselves, really. It wasn't something that's brought out to us. There was Blockbusters and Play Your Cards Right games. I think they're for the Amstrad, or was it for the Spectrum? I can't remember. I think
Amstrad, I think. Yeah. Play Your Cards Right and
Blockbusters.
Blockbusters, yeah.
Two games that I think I remember probably seeing them back in the day, going back many years ago. But
Brucey.
And they're only like a a couple of quid, and it was just quite funny to see them. And
together as well, next to each other.
Yeah. And to remember those from like back in the day. Those sort of game shows that used to sit and watch with my grandparents.
That's it. We didn't buy them, even though they were cheap.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so that's basically some of the rarer and stranger items that we've seen at the Bristol Gaming Market. So that's about it for this pickups video. We hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment on anything you've seen if you've got it, or if there's anything you'd like to add to what we said about an item, then just let us know in the comments.
If you've solved the Spirit of the Stones puzzle and you're now sat with a diamond talisman, then
bootload of cash.
Send us a photo of it.
Yeah. And don't forget, there's going to be another retro gaming show coming up in December. Now, we originally said we were going to do it at the beginning of December as usual, because we normally do it towards the beginning of the month. But as this was going to be a Christmas special, we decided to hang on to it. We're going to put that probably like the week before Christmas or just before Christmas, so you've got something Christmassy to watch over the Christmas period. So so that's about it, like I say, for this video. Until next time, James, what they got to do?
Keep it retro, everyone. Thanks for watching.
We'll see you soon.